Hey everyone, in this tutorial, I am going to introduce you to a completely free and offline AI-powered text-to-speech system that, according to its creators, is currently the most human-like and natural-sounding TTS available. The quality of Sesame TTS is incredible, making it perfect for anyone creating content. In this video, I'll show you how to install it on your computer with just a couple of clicks and generate any voice you want effortlessly. Sesame TTS also features zero-shot voice cloning, meaning you can provide it with any reference voice, and it will generate speech that matches that voice. Now, let's check out some sample voices generated using this TTS.
Listen, I know success better than anyone. Some people say, Mr. Trump, how do you do it? Simple. Be rich, be great, and most importantly, have buildings with your name on them. Huge buildings, the best buildings. Nobody builds better buildings than me, believe me.
Good evening. In today's breaking news, renewable energy investments have reached record levels as nations unite against climate change. Stay tuned for live updates on this global shift.
This fall, witness a revolution. In a world where technology and human spirit collide, one breakthrough will change the way we live. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination.
Today at school, I learned about solar power and robots. It was so cool. Like something out of my favorite video game, where science makes everything super fun and bright.
Yeah, so AI is basically getting smarter every day. Pretty soon, it will be able to do everything better than humans, except maybe memes. I still got that covered.
Hiya, Mr. Trump. Are you ready to make Bikini Bottom great again?
SpongeBob, it's already great, but with me, he'll be the greatest, believe me.
Do you like Krabby Patties?
Best burger, huge. Nobody makes them better.
Want to work at the Krusty Krab?
I only do business, SpongeBob, big business.
Can I be your advisor?
You're hired. No, wait, you're fired. Just kidding.
Do you know Squidward?
Looks too grumpy, low energy.
What about Patrick?
Smart guy, tremendous potential.
To run Sesame TTS, you'll need an NVIDIA GPU with at least 8 GB of VRAM or a powerful CPU, along with 16 GB of RAM. The current model size is 6 GB, and with all the required Python libraries, you'll need around 10 to 15 GB of free storage. I won't go too deep into the technical details in this video, but to put it simply, this model is designed to sound as human-like as possible. For example, it pauses naturally, sometimes mispronounces words, and corrects itself, just like a real person would. Installing Sesame TTS is super easy and requires just 2 simple steps. One of the key components of this TTS is the 1 billion parameter llama model, and you'll need to get permission to use it. The second step is installing the necessary libraries for Sesame TTS. Both steps are straightforward, so let's go through them one by one. First, head over to this website and sign up if you don't already have an account. Next, go to the Llama authorization page, accept the terms, fill in the required details, and wait a few minutes for your request to be approved. Once your request is approved, you'll receive a confirmation email. Now, you need to get your access token. To do this, click on your profile picture, go to Access Tokens, and click Create New Access Token, give it a name, leave everything else as is, and click Create Token. Then, copy your token, you'll need it for the next steps. To make installing Sesame TTS as easy as possible, I've prepared some pre-configured files for you. All you need to do is download them and run them with a single click, and the installation will be completed automatically. I've included the GitHub link to these files in the description. All you need to do is go to this GitHub page, click on Download Zip, and wait for the files to download. Once the download is complete, extract the files into a folder. I rename the folder to keep it short. Now run the setup file. I have designed this setup so that if you run into any issues at any step, you can easily continue from where you left off. For a complete installation, just type 1 and press enter. If you encounter any problems along the way, you can use the other options to retry specific steps. After pressing 1 and hitting enter, the setup will automatically start installing everything. For example, it will download and install Python, Git, and FFmpeg as needed. If any of these are already installed on your computer, the setup will skip them and move on to the next step. During the installation, if your GPU supports CUDA, the setup will automatically install the CUDA version. If your system doesn't support CUDA, it will install the CPU version instead. As you can see, it detects that my system supports CUDA. Now it's time to download the required models for the program. At this step, you need to enter the access token you got from Hugging Face earlier. The setup will then start downloading the 6 GB model. Once the download is complete, the model will be placed in the appropriate folder. After that, the installation process is fully complete. I've created 2 UI options for you. One for simple text-to-speech conversion, another for creating a conversation. For the first mode, just click Run TTS, and Sesame will launch. Wait a few seconds for the model to load into your GPU. I designed this UI to be as simple as possible. Here, you just need to select a reference voice, either by choosing a custom audio file or using one of the preloaded voices I've provided. For example, I'll pick this voice.
The department's efficiency must be maintained at all costs.
Now, I have a sample text generated by ChatGPT, and I'll use it to test the model. I've added an option here that, when enabled, automatically fixes certain punctuation marks that Sesame TTS struggles with. The model can't read some symbols correctly. When this checkbox is enabled, it either removes or replaces those problematic symbols. You'll also see the modified text displayed at the top. I recommend keeping this option enabled before clicking Generate. Now let's wait for the output to be generated. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we simplify AI tutorials for everyone.
Privacy is very important to us. That's why we collect everything, so we can keep it extra safe in our servers. Don't worry, your data is totally secure in the metaverse.
Now let's try another voice. For example, Donald Trump's voice.
Privacy is very important to us. That's why we collect everything, so we can keep it extra safe in our servers. Don't worry, your data is totally secure in the metaverse.
Sometimes you might need to generate the output 2 or 3 times to get the best results. I've also added another UI for creating conversations. To use it, just click Run Conv UI. Wait a few seconds for the model to load, and you're good to go. Alright, I've designed this to be as simple as possible. First, you select the voice for your first speaker from here. You can either choose from the preset voices or upload your own. For example, let's say I want the first speaker to be SpongeBob and the second speaker to be Donald Trump. Now we start writing the dialogue. Each line is automatically assigned alternately to the 2 speakers. Since I chose SpongeBob as the first voice, the first line will be spoken by SpongeBob, the second by Trump, the third by SpongeBob, and so on. I asked ChatGPT to generate a dialogue for me, so I just paste it here. Now I remove the speaker names from the text since the system automatically assigns the lines. Once that's done, I click Generate Conversation. Let's check out the final output and see how it sounds.
Hiya, Mr. Trump. Are you ready to make Bikini Bottom great again?
SpongeBob, it's already great, but with me, it'll be the greatest. Believe me. Do you like Krabby Patties? Best burger, huge. Nobody makes them better.
Want to work at the Krusty Krab?
I only do business, SpongeBob. Big business.
Can I be your advisor?
You're hired. No, wait, you're fired. Just kidding.
Do you know Squidward?
Looks too grumpy, low energy.
What about Patrick?
Smart guy, tremendous potential.
Since Sesame TTS uses the LLM model, LLMA, it automatically adjusts the pitch and tone where needed, raising or lowering it naturally. This makes the output sound much more human-like. However, you may have noticed that in some parts of the conversation, the voice quality dropped a bit. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and enjoyed using the UI I designed. If you run into any issues or errors, please leave a comment and include the exact error message so I can help you fix it. Wishing you all the best.